Hello everyone and welcome back to my coverage of Monster Hunter World, the board game, and today we're going after the 2-star Pukei-Pukei investigation. He's got 5 more health, but actually beyond that he hasn't really changed that much. His poison attacks still do 3 instead of 2, and the only difference is now his poison attacks are also 1 harder to dodge, which is pretty scary. I'll try and remember that. He has 1 armor on his head, 1 armor on his tail, and 2 armor on his claws. And we're just going to go straight to the hunt. I'm picking entry 3, I think it was, so I get 1 potion, which takes us back to 3. We discard 6 time cards, but the flip side of that is the deck stays at 35 cards rather than going down to 30, so we're starting with 29. I've shuffled a new deck, so it's not necessarily the same 35 that we had last time. And because we're going straight to him, we have no Scout Fly levels, which means he'll be adding Flying Bite to his behaviour deck. And my goal here today is simple, other than getting the kill: get enough bits for the bow hunter to get the Pukei-Pukei bow, so his damage deck gets brought up to par with the gun lancer. So with that, we'll get started. So although Pukei-Pukei is starting in the top right corner for the 2-star version of him, I'm sure he'll be charging in, so I've kind of zoomed in a little bit. His first behaviour card is a head-based closest threat, and the closest threat is the gun lancer this time. So he's tongue whipping left. Going to move twice, 1, 2, face the Gunlance Hunter, and it is a range 2, and it's from his left arc, which is there, and his front arc. His front arc is hitting the Gunlancer within 2. I think it's technically catching the bow user as well, because he's riding the line, and I think in those instances you have to count that the monster is hitting you. It's dodge difficulty 4 or 8 damage. Well, let me see if the dodge is even possible with their starting hand. Dodge difficulty 4, that seems perfectly cromulent. No, they'll both take the hit. Well, that's a good start. So they both have the same number of armor now. They both have 3 armor. So they both take 5 damage and are left on 3 health. Good way to start, as always. Now on the plus side, we get 3 turns of 2 card plays each. His head only has 1 armor, so let's just get on getting on. We will move in with the Gun Lancer. We'll play a guard up, so we're going to have, that's 4, so we're going to have 8 armor now until his next turn. And then we'll do a little Gluttonous Rising Slash, since we have a face-up card, because the guard up card is a face-up card. So flip a Shelling card, and that is 3 damage draws against his head, so it's draw -1. So we did 4 of his 65, taking him to 61, and I am going to do my basic turn 1 play with the Gun Lancer. I'm using his Palico immediately to draw 3 more damage cards, and again it's damage -1. So that's 4, that's 6, 5 damage from his Wrath of Meow. So he's down to 56. And his Palico's gone for good. And time card. I'll clean this up in a second. The monster retreats. Well, you know what? That's okay. It's not okay in the sense that I now then have to discard 4 more time cards. It's okay in the fact that we can freely sharpen. So I'm just gonna immediately pick these cards up because they're gonna get shuffled again. Because that's okay. There was only 1 3 in there, so I didn't necessarily need to. But you only have 10 cards in your damage deck for the Gun Lance. So it's probably a good idea to take a free sharpen if you're offered it. But discard 4 time cards. Well, best point attack, I'm glad that one's gone. Tactical shift, there's a bunch of them in the deck anyway. Keep hunting, that would have been an okay one because that just means nothing happens. And another tactical shift. Fair enough. He's in a good position other than being on low health. Draw back up to 5. Wavering State Cannon and a full burst. So via using the Jagras Mail, which lets you use your Palico ability twice in a hunt, I'm not sure if you're allowed to use it twice in 1 turn. I don't see anything that says you can't, so I'm also immediately using up the Bowhunter's Palico because I'm using it twice, once as normal and then once via the Palico Rally on the Jagras Mail to heal both hunters to full health. We might as well overwrite the Pukei-Pukei's first turn, since he was so nice to hurt us both like that, with like the perfect attack draw. So the bow hunter is currently furthest away. Pukei's going to be attacking with his claws next turn, so I don't really want him to move in. We're just going to stay where we are, do a paralysis coating. I can't remember if Pukei-Pukei can be paralysed. Oh, he can, perfect. So Pukei-Pukei will be paralysed, and then let's also just throw in a basic shot as his other play. So it's 2 draw because of the coating. And he can pick, he's hitting the head, so -1, comes down to 2 damage. More importantly though, it does apply the paralysis and it applies immediately. So I believe that means his movement. I always forget if it's movement or dodge difficulty. I will double check once we've done his time card because I keep getting them mixed up. I'd rather check than guess. Paratoad, well, if it affects the monster, that's no good because Pukei's already paralysed this turn and it does affect him, so basically it's nothing. That's a shame. Still, that shot card gets discarded, the damage cards get discarded, and I'm going to go check if Paralyze is dodge difficulty or movement. Alright, Paralyze is 0 movement for his next AI card. I've also forgot to draw back up to 5 cards for the bow user, but I've done that now. So he's paralysed, but he's still lashing out, so he would walk 3 towards the Gun Lancer. He's not doing that now, and he is attacking with his right wing, so everywhere except the left is safe. It's range 1, so it is only hitting the Gun Lancer. It's 8 damage. He takes that to the face, because he currently has 3 plus 1 for guard up plus bar of helm. And his armor is giving him 4, 5, oh wait, hang on, 4, 5, 6, 7, no never mind, sorry, he takes 1 damage. I miscounted. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Took 1 damage down to 7. No status elements or anything like that. Oh, actually, I just forgot. The last attack was 3 actions, not 2. Oh, I'm glad I spotted that. Well, we'll still do that as it happened. I can pick which hunter I can take a turn with. I'll quickly do another turn with the bow user. Yeah, I totally forgot it was 3 activations, not 2. Oof, that could have been bad. Well, it's 2 cards. So let's do... Pukei can't be poisoned. We'll just keep him where he is and just do a shot. And that's going to be 1 damage draw, 1 damage. Boo. And then he will do a Dragon Piercer. So this would have been drawn into hand because it is a fresh hand. He gets pushed back 1. I'm going to take that. He's going to do 1 break to the head, rather, sorry, which needs 4. And then it's draw 3 damage cards, and it's damage -1. 3. Puts him on 50 on the dot. So we'll still draw a time card, and then it's back to the hunters, or we'll carry out that Pukei turn, which we just did. But yeah, no, apologies for that. I missed it. Oh, keep hunting. Well, I didn't miss it, but I didn't do it in the right order. Let's put it that way. So that means, though, now that that's all done, that Pukei attack where he didn't move because he was paralysed, that happened exactly as it did. It hit the Gun Lancer for 1. His paralysis is gone, and that means I now have 2 more turns of 2 card plays, but the Gun Lancer has to be first. Alright, so we're back with the Gun Lancer, and his guard up card immediately gets discarded because he's activated, so he's now no longer as safe. Especially because Pukei-Pukei is doing another closest target aggro attack with his head, so that's going to be potentially nasty. We're going to start with the lunging up thrust, not taking advantage of the optional move, just doing the thrust, and it's +1 damage card because it is the first attack played this turn. So that's 5, comes down to 4, so 46. Oh, just while I'm remembering, I probably put it in the comment in the last video. I realised after the fact when we carted last time you're supposed to discard 2 time cards. It made no difference because we had more than 2 left. But yeah, I just forgot about that particular penalty when you cart. So we can play 1 more card. We're going to play an overhead smash. And we are going to take advantage of the walking backwards afterwards, but I guess I'll just do it now. Because I don't want the hunters to be so close to each other that Pukei keeps catching both of them with every attack, because that's very annoying. So, second break on the head, 2 more and it shatters completely. Just 1 card draw though, so it's damage -1, comes down to 2, aka 44. So, time card, and then we have to go with the bow user. Sleep Toad, that would be perfect. Please affect the monster. Please. Nope, it affects the Gun Lancer. I think he's not allowed to dodge until his next turn. I'm going to have to double check whether or not you can draw cards. Give me a second. Alright, it just means you skip a turn, which is so much worse. You can draw back up to 5, you just can't place cards on your stamina board, you can't move, you can't dodge. So yeah, you skip a turn doing nothing. That probably means Pukei-Pukei is just going to kill him when he activates, unless I throw the bow user in as a sacrifice, but I'd rather not do that. Oh, I could paralyze Pukei-Pukei again. There's an idea. It's going to fill up his board a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll move here. Wait, 1, 2, 3. No, we'll move here. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll move there. We're in his front arc, or rather I can choose, based on how he's currently still faced. Paralysis Coating is one of the 2 cards played. And then we'll just do we'll just do a basic shot. Just a basic shot. So we're drawing 2 though because of the coating first, so it's damage -1. So 3 comes down to 2. But more importantly, Pukei-Pukei is once again paralysed. So he's not moving in his next attack, which might mean that the Gun Lancer won't get wrecked. We're also going to play as a bonus card, Feint, to discard 2 cards from the board to clear some room because it's getting a little filled, and then we'll time card for the bow user. We need to keep the aggro up because of how many cards we've lost. Tactical Shift. Hunters can move 1 node. I presume if you're asleep you're not allowed. So for the bow user, he's probably fine where he is, but just in case, I'm going to move him back 1 to try and put some distance between the 2 of them. Discard rightmost card and then draw 3 to get back up to 5. A charge shot, a shot, and a shot. Robin gets another shot. Alright, it's over to Pukei-Pukei. Well, I'm hoping he just flails around wildly because he can't move. Let's see. Poison Glob. He would charge at the closest aggro, but he's not doing that because he's paralysed. So he's staying where he is. It's range 1 from his face. It would have been 7 damage. No, it would have been 6 damage difficulty to dodge 5, right? Because it is dodge difficulty that goes up, I think. I believe so. Yes. Yeah, that is the symbol for dodge. So, thank goodness that didn't hit us. And we get 2 actions of 3 cards each, but it has to be the Gunlance Hunter that goes first. What is the best bang for buck out of the card? Oh, wait, no, he can't activate. Well, sorry, he activates, he's asleep, he can't do anything, and then we draw a time card for him, presumably. So his turn is wasted. Brief Respite. Okay, so we get 2 cards out of his board. That means his board is clear, so that's actually kind of good. But what a waste on a turn where he could have played 3 cards. Just back to the bow user then, who's apparently the damage dealer, despite not having a deck filled with damage cards. How can we get some good damage in? We're just going to have to pepper him with shots, I think. Yeah, I can play what? I can play 3 cards. And he's attacking closest again next. All his ranged attacks must be at the bottom of the deck. Alright, we'll play a Poison Coating. Pukei-Pukei is immune to poison. I'm doing that so we get 1 extra damage card draw. And then we'll do a charge shot. It's only 2 cards plus the 1 for that coating, since we're not point blank range. So 3 cards minus 1. Oh, we only had 2 left in the deck. Whoops. Well, in that case, I'm playing a shot. Or rather, I'm just playing the charge shot. I didn't realise I only had 2 left, so we'll just play the charge shot. 2 damage down to 1, unfortunately. Well, that's a problem. So he's going to have to take a rest turn then. At the end of his turn, I'm going to discard the Poison Coating to get it out of hand. And yeah, we're just going to go straight to drawing his time card, and his next turn is a waste. That's not good when you're a bit tight on time. It's a Nitro Toad though. If this hits Pukei, it could be really good. It is hitting Pukei. Let me just see, if I put it on his head will be 1 away from breaking. Yep, let's do that. Perfect. Discard rightmost card, which was that charge shot. He's going to have to take a rest turn. And it's over to Pukei, whose paralysis, unfortunately, is worn off. Alright, I'm anticipating him pushing the Gun Lancer right down the board. Let's see. Kind of. I was half right. So, Tongue Whip right. He's going to move towards 1, 2. Let's push him there. He faces him because he finishes his movement. Then he attacks his front arc and his right arc. So there and there. Range 2, so thankfully bow user's missed. Gun Lancer though gets hit. So it's dodge difficulty 4 or 8 damage. Thankfully not a poison attack. He can't dodge it, literally can't dodge it. At most I can dodge a 3 with my current hand, unfortunately. So In that case, he has to take the damage. It comes down by 3, so 765, he's alive on 2 health. He's okay, folks. In brackets for now. How many turns do we get off of that? We get 3 turns again with 2 card play. And I believe it has to be... I think it has to be the Gunlancer to go first. So it'll be Gunlancer, Bow, Gunlancer. Well, let's start as we mean to go on. The next attack Pukei's doing will be attacking furthest target, so I'm going to hope that the Gunlancer can survive, because I want him just to do damage while he's got the opportunity. I can break the face here. We're going to start with just a burst. Flip 2 shelling cards, leaving 2 that are face up. Just draw 2 damage, and it ignores 1 armor, so it's just true damage to the face. So that is 4. So that comes down to 37, which isn't too bad. It's not that bad at all. And then we'll do a Wyvern Stake Cannon. Most important part, well, let's cover it in detail. So, flip a shelling card, draw 2, so it's damage minus 1. Oops, well, now I know what the next card is. Sorry. So that was 5, it comes down to 4. So he's down to 33, and I get that final break though. So we have entirely shattered the face. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any kind of special rule or bonus tied to it for us doing that. It just means that we get a bit of guaranteed loot whether we win or lose. So that's okay though. He's played his 2 cards for his first action. He has used a bunch of damage cards. That was 2 3s in there, right? Oh no, 3 2s and a 3. So that, and there's already 1 used up. So I think there's 1 more 3. No, wait, no, he's used all of them. Alright, his other turn's probably going to have to be a rest turn as well. But first, time card. Threat shift. Alright, first threat shift of the game. So that means now the bow user is the higher threat value, but he's the furthest target. So he was still going to be the target of the next attack anyway. Second of 3 actions. Bow user. What can you do? Nothing, because you need to rest. Well, you get to move once. Let's move here, because he's still furthest target, so that's fine. We'll just sharpen, because we have to. He has no damage cards left. He's not using a potion because he's full health. It does mean when we draw his time card just now, that means his board is going to clear entirely because that paralysis coating is going away. Do I want to discard any of his cards? Yes, I'm going to discard 3 shot cards in the hopes of drawing better. So we draw a feint card, a charge sidestep, and a charge shot. There we go, he's got some good dodge in his hand now. Time card for the bow. Rampage. During the monster's next behavior card, we get no turns. So the monster gets a double turn when it does activate in a second, which is scary. We get to do a turn with the Gunlancer first, who I forgot to draw back up to 5 cards, so let me just do that real quick. I was going to take a turn to rest and sharpen and whatnot, but, oh no, yeah, I still can, I was going to say, but I need to get guard up or he'll die. But no, because he's attacking the bow user. So we will take a rest turn. We'll use 1 of our 3 potions. We'll sharpen, so we go back to 8 health. We sharpen our damage deck to get those 3 damage cards back in, because they're the primary source of damage for the entire team. Okay, shuffled. We flip back all of our flipped over shelling cards, so they're all available. And I'll just clear his board as well, because we used a potion. There we go. Is there anything else I need to do? Oh yeah, discard. I'm going to discard 1 of the full bursts. In fact, no, I'm going to discard both the full bursts, because I don't think we're going to get to it with a clean board. So I'm going to discard those 2 cards. And I drew a quick reload and a burst. I think that's the best I can do. So, time card. And then Pukei-Pukei gets 2 turns in a row. That's scary. You can discard all attack cards from your board because you got Wiggly Litchy. Where were you when I had cards on my board? Alright, a very fair and balanced double monster turn. Let's do it. Tail Whip. So he's going after the bow user for being the furthest threat. So 1, 2, 3. Pushes him all the way up there. But then he attacks behind, so actually that's a whiff. But he then gets to do another attack. So, oh, this is actually furthest threat, so this is on the Gunlancer now. Oh, it's the big nasty attack. Okay, flying bite. So hang on, here we go. 1, 2, 3. We push him off the board, so we're going to actually go here, and then 4. Dodge difficulty 4, which is actually dodge difficulty 5, because it's a poison attack. 6 base damage plus poison. And we just healed to full. Dodge difficulty 5, huh? I will do a dodge difficulty 5. It might be a foolish thing to do. Oh wait, but that would get rid of both my guns. Oh, you know what I'm doing. I'm dodge difficulty 5. Done. Putting them all on the board. I'm going to stay at his face. I'm not actually going to move. How many turns do we get? 3 turns of 2 cards. Well, I have to go with the bow user first. So move 1. And then we get what? 2 card plays? Yeah. We're going to do a charged sidestep. So we get a free movement off of that. Plus 1 damage draw as well. Because that's going to put me in range. I'm going to go against the claws. Oh, but the claws have 2 armor. 2 armor. Actually, no, I'm riding the line. The line is there. No, I'm not riding the line. The line's going there. Because he would be fully facing. Yeah, never mind. It has to be the claws. Fair enough. So we'll do a charge shot. So normally 2 damage draw, but it's 3 because of the charge shot I did. So it's damage minus 2. So ignore that card. Okay, we drew another 2. Did 3. Puts him flat on 30, so he's below half health, which isn't too bad. And that is the bow user's turn done. So we'll just draw a time card for him. Threat shift. Okay. So Gunlancer's back to having the highest aggro. It's flipped around. Get rid of that card and draw back up. I'm gonna have to shuffle after one more turn. Ah, there were the arc shots. There, arc shots ignore armor. I just drew both of them into hand just now. No wonder I wasn't getting them sooner. So we get 3 turns in total. That was 1. We have to go with the Gunlancer now, and then the bow user has to go again. I have 2 cards in hand and 2 spaces on my board, and I'm using them both. Guard up and burst. Hitting his head, ignores his armor, flipping 2 shelling cards, so it's just 2 straight. Well, to be clear, it ignores 1 armor, but his head only has 1 armor. So it's ignoring the 1 armor he has for 4 to his face. It's down to 26. Good. And his board is full. His hand is empty. That was all he had left. So time card for that is an... Oh, they're swapping right back. Running out of cards already in the time deck is looking pretty thin, actually. So discard. Right, most of that burst goes away. Damage cards go away and draw a full hand. Is there even 5 cards in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there's 2 spare. Fine. Did he draw anything to hand that was useful? Yeah, Gluttonous Rising Slash, because they've got dodge 2 on them, which is pretty nice. Okay, to the bow user then. So Pukei is attacking furthest threat again after this, so I don't want the bow user to move really until after he's fired, because if I move here, Pukei's just going to push him into the water and he's going to lose damage cards. So I think he's going to stay where he is and do those 2 arc shots as his 2 card plays. They ignore armor entirely, like it isn't just ignore 1, it's ignore all. So I'm just going to play those 2 cards as 2 separate attacks against his claws. It's just straight damage on 2 draws, so 2 damage, 1 damage, 3 in total. Puts him down to 23, and then I'm going to move into the corner here, because that's where Pukei is going to chase him. I'm then also going to play a feint card to clear my board a little bit, because I think he's going to have to dodge. So that gets rid of 2, and then when we draw our time card, which I'm about to, so I'm just going to do it now, he clears the last card on his board. I am going to have to shuffle his deck, because he's now ran out of attack cards to draw, so I'll do that between takes. Let's do the last time card before Pukei activates though. They're swapping again. Okay, fair enough. Alright, Pukei's going to be chasing the poor bow user to the ends of the earth, so that's why I've moved the camera over here. Let's see what he's doing. Oh no, he's attacking and moving away from him actually. Alright. So he's firing a glob of poison, range 4, dodge difficulty 5, 6 damage plus poison. Dodge difficulty 5. 3, 4, 5. He could get there. He could. But it would take the whole board. The alternative is 6 damage comes down to 3, but then at the end of his turn he would take another 3 from poison, the enhanced poison. So it's essentially the same damage, but that way he keeps his board clean. So I'll do that. So he takes 5 damage, it gets reduced down to 2, and then on his turn the poison is going to kick in, but I'll do that then. So he's down to 6 currently. He is poisoned. And normally poison does 2 to the hunter, but Pukei's does 3. And then he backs away. He's on the edge of the board, so I think he's just going to turn and face. Because it doesn't really matter. And then how many turns do we get? 2 turns to play 2. And we have to have a kind of ineffective Gun Lancer turn. His guard up disappears instantly. What else can he do? He has 2 spaces on his board. He can play 2 cards. And then he's going to get smacked in the face. He has no face-up cards. Let's see. I think we're going to have to use karting as a resource here and just go for damage. So he's going to play a lunging up thrust. He's not going to make use of the movement. He's just going to draw 2 straight damage against the face. Well, it's not straight damage because it's damage -1, but you know. So that comes down to 3 damage. So it puts him at flat 20. He can play 1 more card, and that is going to be a Gluttonous Rising Slash to go for maximum damage. Flipping a shelling card, so it's 3 card draw. So it's card draw -1, 2, 4. Okay, there we go. 7 comes down to 6. Good damage. Puts him at 14. Probably going to get him killed. Whatever. We've got enough time cards that I can afford 1 card, I think. I haven't actually counted them, I'm just going by eye. His time card. Then the bow user has to go. A Paratoad. This would be perfect timing because I was going to have to do that with the bow user, but if this affects... Oh, never mind. Okay, the Gun Lancer is almost certainly dead then because he is also paralyzed. He still discards 1 card. He would drop to... or... Well, he can't have more than 2 cards in hand, so I'm just going to get rid of... Oh, let's get rid of the Lateral Thrust for the paralysis. Let's see what the bow user can do. He's going to move for free, and then he's going to do a charged sidestep. We're going to take advantage of that extra move. We're going to come here. We're just going to try and get around him because he's attacking the Gun Lancer next, and he's almost certainly killing him. And then we'll do a... Ooh, I forgot I was going to do paralysis coating, although it doesn't matter because even if he doesn't move after his next attack, he's still going to kill him because he's close enough to attack him. Yeah, we'll just do a charge shot. We'll save the paralysis coating for next turn. So that's 3 damage draw, but it's damage -2. So right off that and right away, flat 2 damage. Puts him at 12. Time card for the bow user. Brief Respite. Discard an extra card on the board, so the board is once again clean, so that's good. He takes 3 damage from the poison, putting him at 3 health, so if he gets hit by anything, he's also dead now. And draw back up 2 cards. We've got a Faint card and a Charge Sidestep. They're both worth a dodge 2, so that's pretty good. And that is it for his turn, so it's over to Pukei and his inevitable murder of the Gun Lancer. Well, have at it, Pukei-Pukei. You're going to push him forwards 3 times. So 1, 2 pushes him off the table. He's just going to reappear here then. And 3. Just shoving him all over the joint. And then it's dodge difficulty 4, 8 damage. He can't do either, so yes, he gets carded. So we discard 2 time cards, I'm remembering this time. Oh, got rid of a roar, that's good actually. And a Brief Respite. So we'll come back on the board. But for now though, we clear our board. We go back to full health, although we were at full health. Oh, actually, we would have lived then. I forgot we were back to full health. Oh, my mistake. Because it's not a poison attack. Sorry. 8, 7, 6, 5. It does 5 damage to us. I forgot we used that potion. So it comes back to 3. Oh, we had what? We had 3 face down cards on the board, I believe. After that time card. Okay, I think I got it back to how it was. And we get 2 turns with 2 card plays. Well, regardless of how many cards were on his board, he only has 1 playable card of the 2 he had left after being paralyzed, so he's just doing a charge shell. That he can't do anything else. So he's got 1 shelling card left. So it's damage against the head, so it's damage draw -3. Is there only 3 cards here? There is, so it's this -3. -1, sorry. So that's 5 damage, but now he has to sharpen. So honestly, if he was to cart now, that would be okay, because that includes a sharpen. 5 damage though. Puts him down to 7. Pukei-Pukei is almost out. Oh, I should have had those 2 time cards back then, shouldn't I? You know what, I'll just... Because I know what they are now, so it's not really fair. I'll just keep those gone, because I think we're still going to cart anyway, at least once. So the same number of time cards will remain. I think we have enough to do 7 damage. So I'm just shuffling his ability cards because I ran out. I'm trying to draw back up to 5. There we go. So this is the time card for him. A Nitro Toad. Watch as it affects him. Nope. It affects Pukei, but there's no way I'm going to be able to break another part before he dies. I guess I'll just put it on his claws, because they need less than the tail. The tail needs 5 breaks at this difficulty. So the other turn has to be the bow user, and I know what I want to do with him. Pukei's attacking furthest target, so we're going to try and keep him in place to stop that happening. Paralysis, coating, and... You know, I've just realised he has no attacks in hand except one he can't currently play because of needing more face-up cards. So never mind, I'm not playing that paralysis coating then. I'll play a poison coating to get rid of it, just to put it on the board, and then immediately get rid of it. And that's gonna be it. I can't get paralysis on him. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna run away a little bit. Slightly out of sight. Honestly, I might as well just discard that poison cone because it does nothing. It doesn't hold between turns. Ah, what a waste. I guess he might as well sharpen. Take a rest turn, in fact. Literally doing nothing. Will he use a potion though? Because he's on 3 health. And Pukei might be about to kill him. Yeah, sure. He'll use a potion. So we have 1 left. I think he's about to take a big hit to the face. Let's just do it right now. Oh, no, we have to do a time card first, sorry. The monster retreats. Oh, we get a free sharpen. Well, I just did a sharpen, but we can also use a potion. Well, he did both those things, so... Oh, actually, let me just read the wording here. Each hunter may sharpen and use a potion. In that case, I'll use my last potion, so we have none. And the Gun Lancer is going to heal to full, clear his board, and flip all his shelling cards. And then he's going to attack Pukei after Pukei goes and tries to eat the Gun Lancer, the bow user, and kill him with extreme prejudice. Let's see that happen. He's attacking furthest, he's not paralysed, so he's going after them. He's going 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. Pushing him well out of sight. There we go. Pushing him up there. Dodge difficulty 4 because it's a poison attack, but we're going to dodge it with these 2 worth 2 each. Face down on the board. And we're going to take advantage of a dodge to walk 1 even further away. We get 3 turns of 2 cards. I guess we'll go with the Gun Lancer and hope that we can just end it, because the bow user can't actually play a damage card because he only has Dragon Piercer now that he dumped those other ones. So, Gun Lancer, can you do 7 damage? Probably not, given that you're going to have to hit the... Oh wait, no, you can't. You have to sharpen. I forgot. Wait, did he get a free sharpen off that card as well? Each hunter may sharpen. Yep, sorry. You got a free sharpen on the card. It's not just the card, the hunter who drew the card. It's each hunter. Thank goodness for that, because he had nothing left. So he's going to move up for 1. He's still too far away to attack. Do I have a charge or a sidestep thing? No. Well, in that case, we will play a... What's our best bang for buck here? We'll just play an overhead smash face down for 1 extra movement. It doesn't count as a card draw. And then we will... Unfortunately, I can only do a charged shell, because I don't have any cards that don't require a face-up card already. So, flip a shelling card. Damage against his tail, so it's damage -1. 5. Ah, so close. He's on 2 health remaining. We can finish him. Like the bow user, he literally can't do anything. But it doesn't matter. We get 3 activations, so it comes back round to the Gun Lancer. Oh, I guess we have to draw his time card to see if it screws anything. Roar. Oh, this could be bad actually. If I roll a 6 here, I think we just lose. I'm not sure how many cards are left in the deck. A 1. Okay, never mind. Whew. Hang on, how many were left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'd rolled on a 5 or a 6 there, we would have just lost. Although actually, I forgot about the 2 cards I discarded for a card that, as it turns out, never happened. So we still would have been okay, but it would have been a little awkward. We'll just roll back around to the Gunlancer's turn. He can't be stopped. He has to do 2 damage. This will do 2 damage. -1. Yeah, there we go. Pukei-Pukei 2-star has fallen. So just like for the last Pukei-Pukei, the investigation won. Within the rules of the game, and also the video game for that matter, hunters cannot trade monster bits to one another. I am house ruling it that is possible, just to cut down on the repetition of going after a monster where only one character needs something. Gunlancer, I don't want anything off Pukei-Pukei. So he's going to share his drops with the bow user in the hopes of him getting an actual proper bow that has actual proper damage. We broke the face, so we get a poison sack / Pukei-Pukei sack, they're both the same thing. Plus 4 dice rolls because it was the 2-star. Look at me remembering for once. I wish it came with more than 3 dice. So bow user gets a 2, 3, 5, and well, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, fair enough. A 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm just going to write that down. 1, 2, 3, 5. And then the Gunlancer is getting a 3, 5, 6, 6. Okay. 3, 5, 6, 6. So hopefully between all those numbers, I can make the last lingering parts that the bow user needed, who already had a bunch of tails. Well, 2 carapaces, 1 scale, 2 sacks, and a tail, I think is what she had, or they had, according to my notes here. So hopefully between all that, we will be able to see the, what is it called? Blooming Arch, this bow here. So our damage deck changes from 6 1 damage cards and 4 2 damage cards to 1 1 damage card, 7 2 damage cards, so it just raises her average to 2 damage, which is quite significant, especially because she has cards that fully ignore armor, and 2 3 damage cards, so it puts her able to do a bit more. You do have to get rid of the 2 basic shot cards as well, 2 of them, because you have more than 2, and replace them with poison shots, so she'll be able to cause even more poison, which I also like, because I think poison is a decent stats effect in this game, which is probably why monsters who shouldn't be immune to it are, in some instances. But that is going to do it. Hopefully she'll have that for us next time, and I'll cover that in the opening to the next video. Speaking of which, I think we're going to go after a new tier of monster, the tier 3 monsters, next time, at least one of them. Probably Tobi-Kadachi, probably. If not that, then the fully tempered Great Jagras, just to see how nasty the tempered monsters are. I'm not sure. If you want to see more, please do remember to show your support so I know where to focus my attention on what to film and what to fit into the schedule. I appreciate if you leave a like or a comment, or if you want to go above and beyond to support what I do here, consider pressing the thanks button or becoming a channel member. It's all reinvested in the channel and helps keep this possible. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall hopefully see you again in the future. Until then, ta-ta for now.